everyone, Gypsy Rider here. Welcome to my channel. And if you remember in my first video, I was on my Vulcan and I was talking about, well, getting another motorcycle, and I did that today. So I am currently sitting on my new 2014 Triumph Trophy SE, which is a wonderful sport touring motorcycle. I've done some research on it and was going back and forth on a decision, but I decided in the end to get this beautiful bike. The previous owner took absolutely great care of it. It's a 1200cc, very comfortable sport touring bike, adjustable windscreen. It's got radio, it's got all kinds of electronics. It's got an information center in here with 3 riding modes, and it's absolutely comfortable. And the reason I ended up going with my decision of getting another sport touring bike is because I really didn't want to get rid of Gypsy. I wanted to keep Gypsy. Gypsy is my 09 Vulcan 900 cruiser, and I still like to have that style of cruising. So I'm always going in between sport touring and cruising, and I absolutely love both styles. And if I were to get, the other bike I was looking at was a 1700 Voyager. If I were to get that bike, that means I would have to sell Gypsy, and I really didn't want to do that. So I decided on getting this bike, and I am now on my way home with her. And this is literally after the test ride that I did about 5 days ago. This is my first ride on her, and I have about an hour to get home. I purchased this bike here in Daytona Beach, and I have to get back to Titusville now. And so I will have a good opportunity here to test things out, enjoy her a little bit, and I will give you guys some more information on this bike in another video, give you a walk around and all those things. But let me know if you guys are familiar with this bike, a Triumph Trophy SE 2014. These bikes were made between 2009 and they ended in 2017 is when production stopped for the Trophy. And it was a very overlooked bike, I believe, in the sport touring industry, because it just has so many features on it. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I just hope she's good to me. So if you guys have any information on this bike, or own one, or have owned one, let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate it. So here's a quick walk around of the bike. She's a beast from the front. I absolutely love the way she looks. About 40 minutes into my ride, and I mean like 80, 90 miles an hour, and you don't even feel it on this bike. You have to be very careful of not speeding. But at the same time, she feels very secure and safe. I have a really good overview of everything around me. Those side view mirrors are really well placed. They look right underneath my hands instead of over your shoulders or next to your shoulders. So this is a really cool view to have. And obviously the instrumentation is absolutely perfect in your eyes, in your line of sight. The windshield really reflects a ton of wind. I mean, obviously you do feel some wind, but it's very you're kind of like in a little box, and it feels safe, it feels secure, and I can't get over the speed, you know, the way it feels. It's like I said, it's 80, I'm at 80, and it doesn't feel like I'm moving. I had her up to 90, 95 earlier, and it's just with easy. There's still so much, even at 80 miles an hour, there's still so much left in the tank to pass cars or do what you need to do. Very nice, very nice. I've set the controls to comfort, which is more or less your touring setup, where your suspension gets a little softer, and so I don't know that I feel it different over the normal mode, but okay, it is what it is. I can also see on the screen that it's set up for a rider with luggage, so I need to change that and just change it back to just a rider, because you can change this motorcycle into different modes. You can do a rider, you can do two riders with luggage, or one rider with luggage, and you can do this while you're driving, and on the fly it adjusts. The motorcycle just adjusts itself to that setting, so it's very neat. So here you can see I have plenty of power left to pass this car quickly to 85, 90 miles an hour, and boom, you're done. Back into your lane. Turn on your cruise control. Let me turn on the cruise here. There we go. Now we're cruising at 80, you know, with my hands free. Give it a break. You gotta love cruise control. And I have to say, it's the first time I have a motorcycle with cruise control. And it's really nice to have that, you know, to give your right hand a little break. Well, so far I'm digging it, loving it, enjoying it, and it's gonna serve my purpose of commuting to work on nice days. You know, I am not a rider that necessarily goes out when it's raining and maybe it's super cold, like below 50 degrees and stuff. I still gonna prefer my car. I don't mind getting caught in the rain, but when it's raining outside, I prefer not to be on my bike. So on days where weather permits, I'll be taking this to work. And the gas mileage on this is just wow, unbelievable. It's got a huge tank. Gas mileage is between 50 and 60 miles a gallon. So I just fueled up, and you can expect between 300 and 350 miles on a tank. That's just crazy on a motorcycle. That's just crazy. So This bike is made for touring, for the interstate, for the highways, or in my case, for commuting. And that's exactly what I bought it for. And you know what? I picked it up really cheap. I mean, this is a 2014 with 13,000 miles on it. I mean, really low mileage. 6,000 bucks. So it's a no-brainer. For all the stuff, all the bells and whistles on this bike, it's an absolute no-brainer to price-wise. I think the bike's worth about 8. I looked up on like JD Power. I was able to deal a little bit with a guy that was selling it, who really took good care of it. He was sad to see her go, which in a way is what I like to see. I like to see people have some sort of a connection to their motorcycles. That pretty much tells me that, you know, he took good care of it. He cared about the motorcycle. I will be honest, I don't typically buy motorcycles from, or at least like a touring bike or a touring cruiser from, you know, the younger crowd, because, well, you and I know that, you know, they like to go heavy on it. So I feel more comfortable if it's a seasoned rider, a mature rider. I know that it's been well maintained, cared for the most part, and you can pretty much tell when you you know, when you meet a seller, when you meet a guy, how his garage looked. And this guy had like 4 motorcycles in there. He had his own huge lift. Everything was just spotless. Tools are in its place. So that's a good indication that that guy took good care of his motorcycle. Made me feel good as far as the decision to buy from him. So I'm hoping she's going to be good to me. She will continue to be well taken care of, because I like to take care of my bikes. So, you know, hope everything works out. So far, she is cruising just beautifully.